we're back with another episode of the Ministry Booster Podcast, hanging out with our buddy Jay Winn in the garage.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hey, I know you didn't do this for us, but thanks for making the drive up for Houston just for this, just for this.
Hey, I would do it in a heartbeat for you. Truly.
Listen, man, sometimes it's good to have friends in town and just to be like, hey, man, what if we just turned our coffee into a recording? Let's just let's catch up and record it. And so, Jay, man, I'm so glad that you're here with us, hanging out in the garage, talking about things. Man, how was summer?
Yeah,
Dude,
hot.
Hot.
I'm in Houston, Texas, so it is hot
all the time.
Oh yeah, but it definitely makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the kids a little bit less rambunctious.
Now, are you doing camping in Texas too, or do y'all try to go camp elsewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually for the first time actually split our camps. We did a high school camp and a
Okay.
middle school camp.
Okay.
So 2 weeks in Houston heat.
In Houston heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
First one was in June, and it actually wasn't too bad. We
Okay.
kind of actually got some clouds, a little bit of rain.
A little early enough on.
Oh yeah. Which was kind of funny because then the kids had more energy and we had a little bit more to patrol.
Yeah.
But
They weren't passing out at 5 p.m.
But for middle school camp, it was definitely hot in July, and so they definitely needed it.
Yeah.
Get calmed down with the heat weather.
Just sweating it out, just wringing their shirts, just multiple T-shirts every day.
But the smell was disgusting. So it was all their sweaty clothes. We had to have a camper actually have his mom bring him extra clothes. That's how bad it was.
Had to bring fresh clothes.
Yes.
Oh,
He said they were just too nasty.
Hey, well, you know what? Bless her for doing that.
Yeah.
Bless you, Mom, for bringing the extra clothes. Because, dude, Oklahoma, Texas summers, like I teased earlier, like this is T-shirt number 2.
Yeah.
We were on the second
yeah.
T-shirt of the day. We were outside doing a little bit of yard work stuff. Came in. And so we are fully on outfit 3. We had gym this morning. We had our morning apparel.
Wow.
We're now on afternoon clothes.
See, you would survive in Houston.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would.
You would. You got your.
Oh, I'm ready.
You got your multiple outfits already picked
That's
out.
right.
The thing in Houston though is people typically wear less. You just be out with no shirt on. That's normal. That's normal.
Just hey man, dress up with 2 tank tops. That's
there it is.
Oh, gosh. Well, man, we're so glad to have you. I feel like this is long overdue. We've been friends in ministry for several years. To have a formal conversation about how some things are going at RPC, just some of the things that God's showing you, teaching you in ministry. Man, in the midst of fatherhood too, like that's one of the things that I always love is just catching up about our kids and things. I want to hear a little bit more if you mind sharing with the crew, like for some of us that have children that take everything literally, for your one son amongst his many sisters, what was he doing the other day? I love this.
Yeah, so he is 6 years old, but his mind is very logical, and I think it is like a 9 or 10-year-old mind. And he
thinking very concretely.
Oh yeah,
about
for sure.
Yeah,
but like he's also trying to be smarter and better than everyone, and like he's having sarcasm come out, but he doesn't know what sarcasm is. So where we'll be like, Judah.
Wait, he's unironically sarcastic?
Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
For sure. So we'll be like, hey, Judah, stop doing what you're doing. And he's like, stop what? And we're like, oh, stop doing everything. And so then he just will look at you or he looked at me and frozen, kind of a little turning blue. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not breathing because you told me to stop everything. So I stopped breathing. And I was like, okay.
Okay. All right.
Stop
that.
Buddy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's what we got to deal with now with our only son.
That's it, man. Well, listen, his sisters, they're gonna make him tough. That's it, man.
They are.
Oh gosh. Well, tell me a little bit, man. One of the things we always want to talk about is what is some of the things that God's showing you in ministry, and like, feel free to give us the insight, the things. I know there's been kind of some changing of seasons in the last couple years of ministry. So what is the good parts or the successful bits of what's happening in the ministry right now? Like what's working for you in a way that like makes you like this is what we need to be about, and just some of those things that really feel like we're getting the return on the energy that we're doing. Like what does that look like for you right now?
Well, I love that you said getting a return, because I think that to answer your first question is like, what is God showing me? I think I go straight to the parable of the talents and the idea of like what you have and what you're doing with what you have. And so being that I had mentioned we're in a season of a church where we got a new pastor. He's been there a year.
Yeah.
People we're a little skeptical. The giving isn't necessarily where it was just based off of our
on the
our
heel
founding.
on the heels of the last chapter, there's a
Yeah.
little bit of, I mean, let's say it, rebuilding
Yeah,
to be done,
for sure.
rebuilding of trust and
Yeah.
ministry and program. Yeah.
Being that our first pastor kind of committed a moral failure and had to step out.
Yeah.
So our church was just kind of in that, like, now attendance stayed up,
Okay.
but giving
Okay.
went down. So
A little bit of kind of a wait and see thing from some folks
Exactly.
of like, what is this going to look like? What's coming
Exactly.
next? Okay.
So
okay.
we're on the up and up now. But yeah, speaking of the parable of the talents, I just feel like doing what I have, doing the best that I can with what I've been giving, and not saying like, you know what, I only have a bag, like I'm just gonna keep it safe so it doesn't get messed up and just skate by.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I've tried to invest or put that my best foot forward to get a good return on what we do have, and I feel like it has been phenomenal. And it's really something that God, I can't take any credit because God has kind of motivated me and pushed me in that direction. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I've been just going back to old school youth ministry, super relational.
Okay. I was going to ask, so one, has that always been true? Do you feel like that's been something that's been kind of in the crucible of this season? Or two, like, what are some of the things that it's kind of pushed you to do differently to have, like, we have an established ministry of people, but we maybe feel under-resourced, so we are doing blank because of it. And I love that you said old school, because that makes me, that makes my 90s heart feel good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like, in my mind, I feel like it has had to make me be a little bit more creative.
Okay.
But like, let's be real. Nothing is new under the sun.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think really when I say creative, I just mean like, okay, let's just kick it to the basics of like old school evangelism, old school discipleship.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with some of my students who have just been committed and committed to growth and just grown in their relationship with God. And I've recently challenged them to go actually share the gospel like weekly.
Yeah.
Like tell someone about Jesus and then ask them if they would like to give their life to Christ. And that, just the fruit and the stories that come from that alone is like, what?
There's almost like a directness to it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's one of those that I think sometimes not that the money gets in the way, but like the what are we going to build and do gets in the way of sometimes the directness of what we need to be doing. Is that kind of what y'all been experiencing or feeling?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in where my mindset was at was like, okay, I won't be able to do all these events that I want to do. I want to get creative and
can't
push
rent all the inflatables. So what are we going to do? Yeah.
Exactly. So now it's like, okay, well, let's go hang out.
Yeah.
And then just this organic hangout with my students has turned into like, man, we want to do more. We want to be challenged. We want to be pushed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do this.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it. And it's been so cool to just see our students go and actually like tell people about Jesus and then come back and share, hey, I shared with my friend and they said yes. They're going to come to church now because they're trying to grow in their relationship with God. I'm like, what is happening right here?
Right.
Again,
we didn't even do a fifth quarter.
Yeah. Again, not new. Nothing's new under the sun, but it's just back to the basics, I guess, rather than being more creative. But
do you feel like some of that's a shift in teenagers also? Is there some of that cultural shift of church becomes the place? Like, this is something that we've been talking about with some of our team, is in some places there seems to be a resonance or an excitement when church looks like church. I don't know how else to say it that way, but like there's almost like for some, and particularly like young men, when it doesn't get confused by something else, that like church looks like church, like preaching sounds like preaching, like we study the Bible when we study the Bible, and it's like not gobbed up by all the other like smoke and mirrors stuff or whatever, but it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, does that feel cultural? Does that feel contextual? Is that a post-COVID? Or are we maybe just actually getting to the core of the thing since some of the other stuff has been kind of stripped away?
Man, it's tough to answer your question. I genuinely feel like I see both sides, and maybe it's because of my age / where I am in this generation. But like, don't get me wrong, a good event is still a good event.
Yeah.
It still gets like a good dodgeball still brings students in. A good something with awesome
big fun,
music.
still big fun.
Yes. So like, I'm definitely pro that, but I think where I have maybe shifted my mindset is like, I want to provide something for everyone. Like I want every single student to have something that they can participate and engage with. So whether they want to come for fun only and get a little bit of Jesus, great.
Yeah.
Or whether they want to get a lot of Jesus and
Yeah.
no fun at all, like I'm looking personally to provide or hit every area of that spectrum. And I think it's possible. And I've been pushing to do that more and more. And just to talk about, you said that a shift. I actually do feel like a shift, and this could be
No, let's call it.
unpopular opinion.
We're looking for comments.
Okay, good. I think that with just recent studies of Gen Z and just the mentally how they are faring and socially how they're faring. I don't know. I've done a lot of studying and a lot of look into it and how it affects youth ministry as a whole. And one thing I did see, which I'm actually shifting our team and our youth ministry to be more, is they are looking more for that like that one-on-one, that like deeper connection, that relational, because they're so like they need it. They need help and they're looking for answers. They're confused with all the media that they have access to, that people are pulling them this way and that way, and it's causing their anxiety and depression to keep growing. And I think that what I've learned works is pulling them in a room and saying like, "Hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
like how can I help?
Yeah,
let's meet again next week."
Yeah, well, no,
keep
and I think that's one of the things that we would talk about is I still obviously like there are still influencers that help shape brands and products and like. And there's grassroots reforms of like, you know, this young lady or this young man gets popular and so they endorse, you know, these mugs, this coffee, these clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think on the coattails of that is some of the things that we're experiencing now where because there are so many voices, there are so many things shaping or influencing, like it can be information overload, which is some of the mental health concerns and anxiety. But I think it creates a real pocket of need for like directed mentorship.
Yeah.
It is the like, we have all these apps for fitness, but most of us just want the personal coach. It's like, all right, today we're gonna go do legs.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, sir. Or like, hey man, like I want to make sure I have like money.
Yeah.
Like, can you give me money advice? And so like, there's this whole like width of, I think, youth ministry, call it influence, mentorship. It's by its right name, hopefully it would even be discipleship, where it's not just life advice, but hopefully it's not discipleship in the sense that it's theological instruction, but it actually is the trajectory of their life.
Oh yeah.
Where it is like, man, I'm a 15-year-old dude, and I hope to be a dad that has a son and daughters, and I hope to have some money to live in a house, and like, what kind of car should I buy? Like, so like, how do I save, or like, how do I like get ready for like, these are like real questions that I think sometimes in youth ministry we've been so programmed and slick to the like the thing and the event and hopefully the theology and the Jesus that we didn't get to be. And I think this is some of the relationally messy enough to be like, hey man, this is actually like how you like be a good friend.
Yeah.
This is how you are a good son or a good dad or a good mom or whatever the thing is that just feels real, gritty, daily.
100%.
I mean, is that some of that? I guess I think when I hear relational, that's some of the things that I'm like sensing is some of that.
No, yeah. So I feel like being in ministry now for 11 years, let's go back 11 years. I feel like what I was trained and taught and how I saw ministry was, how do we throw a large event, get kids saved, offer some sort of program, something that
do much for many. Yeah.
But offer something where those kids who get saved can like now walk into some sort of discipleship, something, but we're still a program.
Yeah.
And it felt very like, okay, well, what do we offer? What do we offer? What do we offer? And it's like, can we offer
what
ourselves?
do we offer? Oh my gosh.
Can we offer our relationship?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where, to be honest, when I first started at Riverpoint, I think my mindset was, okay, how do I build a team? Like, how do I structure a team that can run fast, make these big events, look at our programs and what we offer? And in the last year, year and a half, my mindset has shifted more to like, how do I create a team that operates more relationally? And so instead of a team that can handle these events and run fast and these programs, I actually just sent a pitch to my boss.
Okay.
That's saying, hey, listen, I know this is outlandish, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But I think the future of youth ministry and where it's going is like, can we get a more relational youth ministry where we hire someone, we bring one person full time for every 50 kids? Now, get it. It's crazy.
Sure.
But it's like now this person, I want you to be connecting with these 50 kids. And
Yeah.
of those 50 kids, like be inviting 12 of them over.
Yeah.
And then have the 3 and then
Yeah.
have the 1. So almost like constantly pouring into and checking up on kids and like
The
giving
spiritual directorship or
Yes.
care. Yeah. Good.
and
Good.
just
Come on.
almost
Yeah.
having each person on staff
Mm.
be required to be in a relationship, not with 50 kids necessarily, but like be checking up on that group of kids.
Well, to be relationally overinvested. But like
Yes.
that's where I think there's a lot
Yes.
of ministries that, and this is again, you can't unwind the clock on some stuff. But I think about growing up in like the church growth movement for the old heads in the room,
Yeah.
like 80s, 90s. It's like, dude, you get that youth building. You get,
Yeah.
you go from the youth hallway to the youth room.
yeah.
You have a youth building.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have that. We're gonna turn that gym. We're
Exactly.
gonna turn that gym into Laser Quest, and it's gonna be
Hey.
roller skates. Like it's gonna have all this stuff, and there's probably gonna be a slide.
Yeah.
And like it was facility, program.
And that was us. That's where we were.
That's what it's not wrong. That's, I mean, I'm here today because we had a whole separate building. There was like a little mini skate park. It was like a thing. It was like this
Yeah.
is for like alternative teenagers that like wore black and listened to metal music
yeah.
and were like into punk and the band rock, whatever. Like there was like the elements that were related to teen culture and relevancy.
yeah.
Dude, some of the best leaders that I've heard people share about are like the least relevant,
Oh, yeah.
but they're just really good mentors for the journey of life that these small enough group of students to manage is around for. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
100%. And I feel like that's obviously God has put that on my heart, which is funny because like at my core, I am a relational, like I love relationships. I love people.
Well, that's how you were introduced to me. When Brian introduced me, it's
yes.
like,
Last
hey,
time we talked,
hey.
yeah, it was very much
I was like,
relational.
Brian was like, "This is my buddy Jay. He's the most relational guy I know. I want you all to know each other." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Word."
Yeah, and like, but what's funny is like, in my mind, I'm like, it's gonna sound crazy, but I was like, that's not ministry. Like, that's just for fun. That's
Dude.
what I do. Like,
Okay, can I ask one relational guy to the other? Did
Yeah.
you try to like push that down for a while? Was there ever like hey man, you're so relational, and you were like, but I'm working on it or whatever? Like, is that? Did you ever?
I don't know that I would
own
say
it or like.
I don't know that I would say I pushed it down.
Okay.
I think I didn't focus on it because I think I thought like that's too easy.
Yeah.
That's natural. Like I got to work on like being someone who
Right.
can put the best program
Yeah,
on and
yeah.
who can offer this and
Yeah.
this event and that
Yeah.
and can't be awesome.
It
So-
felt like a soft compliment or whatever. Like, oh man, he's
Yeah.
he's a nice guy.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you gotta be relational. Like,
Yeah,
but
right.
But
Well,
you're not being judged on
who's
that.
not, right?
Yeah,
People say that. And I'm like,
exactly.
who's not? Dude, the more I talk to folks, it's not always intuitive.
Ah,
It's not always
yeah.
intuitive. And I think that's one of the things I would shout out to folks that are hearing this. If you've heard the compliment, man, you're so relational, like own that badge of honor.
Yeah.
And for other folks, if that's not your strength and you're like, you hear that and you're like, I wish I was that way, voice it, because there are some other people that are severely undervaluing
Yeah.
sharing that with others because they don't see. I assume that everybody thinks like we do.
Yeah.
I just assume everybody would do, but that's not always the case. And if there is a shift towards this, then relational folks rise up.
Yeah. I agree 100%. And I think if you are out there, please know like God has gifted you. He has put that in you.
Yes.
It's something that I'm having to learn and rewire my mindset to go from like it's actually not about trying to put on the best event or offer the best programs in youth ministry, but how many kids can you have that relationship with and check on and love and encourage your team to do that? So that's been my mental shift. And again, it seems so like basic. I'm sure people are watching this like oh duh.
Duh. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Like that's
but
yeah.
like again, I think from what I was used to, it was like okay, that's easy. What's hard work for me, and I got to do hard work because I don't want to be the lazy youth pastor. Like I gotta put these events, put these programs, make services be great, make small groups,
plan the event,
all the things, and I'm still doing those things, and I still love them, like I told you in the beginning. But I'm that shift to more relational ministry. Like everyone on my team has held accountable. They have a list of kids to reach out to and take them out to dinner, take them out to lunch. Obviously like get the parents on board and do it in the right way, but yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit, because I think this is one of those, it's a connective element from youth ministry program to youth ministry relationship is small groups. People call them by a lot of different names, D groups, community groups. Sunday school in some places. But like the way in which we kind of organize and structure. So you're talking about the overinvestment of staff of the 50 to 1 to 50. But in what way is there a small group structure that exists now at RPC, or like what does that look like? What has it looked like, or how are the smaller clusters of students? You talked about middle school and high school camps,
Yeah.
so there's already some structuring there.
Yeah.
But what does a small group look like in a weekly or annual basis at your church?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this, like, and the more youth pastors I talk to, the more I recognize, like, I am an outlier in
Okay,
this.
all right. Doing it different.
And I have my reasons, but I get that the comment chat's about to blow up when I say
I like
this.
it.
But,
I like it. Yeah.
I am not as high on small groups as most youth
Okay.
ministries are.
Okay.
Now, I say that.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me, like, do I want a student to be in small group? 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But I am not. I'm not gonna make a student be in small group that doesn't want to be in small group.
Okay.
Just because I've learned that it
Can't
brings,
force it. Can't make it take.
Yeah. Now, but here's what I do now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I get it. I'm making myself look
No,
bad.
that's good, man. No, we want to know. Yeah.
But I do introduce every student to the idea / give them a taste of it.
Okay.
And then they get to make the choice of, do you want to continue in this or not?
Okay.
And through just the way we set it up. Now, when I came in to RPC, the small group structure was just up and down.
Okay.
They didn't really have a good structure. They were kind of doing small groups on Wednesday nights,
Okay.
just small groups.
Okay.
So
that was the whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
they would meet at the church, break into small groups, and no message, no service, just small groups.
Just show up, circle up. Yeah.
Yep. And then 2 weeks after I got there, I believe they were like, "Hey, that's our last one." But it just wasn't valued
Consistent or value.
at all.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing: I definitely value small groups,
Yeah.
but it's not the end all be all for me.
Okay.
To me, I feel like there's students who have given their life to Christ,
Yeah.
and who are looking to grow in their relationship, and
Yeah.
they're just working on coming to church consistently.
Yeah.
Let me get you to church consistently.
Yeah.
And then I start seeing a hunger, and it usually has been them approaching me with some questions of like, "Hey, what the Bible? I've been reading this. Like,
What does this mean?
how do I get this answer?"
Yeah.
And I say, "You know what would be great for you?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Small group.
Oh,
That's where we answer all those questions.
Using it as the answer instead of the obligation.
Yeah.
Come on, okay. Keep
And-
saying more. People are curious.
and
Now
so-
you got us back. You got us back.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now those students who show up to small group, again,
Their body?
unpopular. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, they love it. They are willing to come anytime. How we have them set on a set time Sunday nights, but they show up, and
Okay.
the conversation is so good, so real, so rich.
Because they're showing up because they want to.
Yeah, and they do it for 2 hours. Like, maybe I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
They don't-
Wait, hold on.
they don't have to.
You just went from being
I
I'm not
know.
really about it to like it's the longest thing we do on a weekly basis.
Well, they don't. They're supposed
the
to.
old swerve, Jay. The old swerve.
They're supposed to be for an hour, but
Yeah.
like typically,
They're
and
hanging
it's-
around.
Yeah, it's our high schoolers.
Yeah.
I should add that.
Yeah.
They keep talking. They love it,
Yeah.
and
Well, because they want to be there.
Exactly.
They want to be there.
Exactly. So don't get me wrong. Like, I've had some trial and error. I try to like force everyone to be in it, and
Yeah.
the students who wanted it weren't talking because the students who didn't want it, and
Yeah.
it became so tough to manage.
Yeah.
And I just was like, there's got to be a better way. So I get it. It's not for all. And you say, well, where's the community for those kids who aren't in small group?
Yeah.
Their community is where they're looking for community, which is on in services
The
before,
service,
after.
that larger ring.
Yeah.
It's the social circle before it's the small group circle.
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the things that we can't underplay is that, like, if you go to a large high school, and I'm assuming that
Yeah.
Houston has lots of large high schools.
Too many.
I'm sure y'all have a mix of folks that are doing, homeschool, Christian school. But
Yes.
but if you're at a very large high school, a youth ministry, even a large one of several hundred students,
Yeah.
like, it's still a smaller social reality
Yeah.
than your school hallways.
100%.
And so having that middle ring or whatever, because let's be real, like a small group with 10 people that you don't know that well, unless you get to know them that well,
Yeah.
is awkward, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
whatever. And it's a delicate, especially for students that are saying things like, I'm anxious,
Yeah.
I'm socially awkward,
Yeah.
I feel isolated. Yes, they need it very much more, but their like receptivity to it, like they're not ready till they're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to ask the question everybody's going to ask.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do on Wednesdays now if you don't do small groups?
Yeah.
You just told us
Yeah.
that you got a plan. I'm in, but I gotta fill 35 minutes on Wednesday, Jay. So what's the new plan? We gotta have a plan, Jay.
Oh yeah. And also let me go back. So there's 10 large public high schools within 10 miles of my church.
Okay.
So that's how crowded. That's what we're dealing with.
So when you're in student ministry, it actually is like they might be known. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot. So now, again, we were meeting Wednesdays. We don't meet Wednesdays anymore. We actually do Thursday nights.
Thursdays.
Now.
Oh, the other midweek.
Yeah. So we moved it back, and there's a whole story behind that.
Okay.
But funny enough,
was that like trial and error, and then it landed, or
yes?
I think you're the only person I know doing Thursday. I got friends doing Sunday night. I got friends doing Friday night. I got friends doing Saturday night.
Yeah.
Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go back to what I said, I try and offer something for like every person wherever they are in their journey with Christ. So the person who's only wants to come to the event, they come to the events.
Yeah.
Person who wants to come to service, they come to service. Now, the step between small group and our Sunday morning services.
Okay.
So
which is everybody.
Yeah, and let me go back and say this. When I first got there, I was trying to make Sunday mornings be like our go deep in the Bible, and Wednesday nights be our fun,
everybody welcome
front door. Yeah. Yes. Now it was not working for me, and it was hitting my head on the Bible, and just like, please
just
help, Lord.
The table.
Help, Lord.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it just was this. Honestly, the Lord was like, they need to like switch those. So our front door of our ministry is actually Sunday morning.
Okay.
Very unique, different.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of youth pastors.
Don't try this at home. Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I know. And like, I get it. I'm being judged so hardcore, but I will come to Riverpoint Church in Sugar Land,
Jay,
Richmond.
there's some folks that can't get kids awake on Sunday morning. And now you're saying it's the front door?
I know.
Okay.
I know. It blows my mind. But like, it just works. So Sunday morning is
Sunday's
our
church day.
Big front door.
Okay.
We do our craziest games, our craziest events like on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And the kids show up in droves.
Okay.
They show up. They bring friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
At 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. doing the
11
thing.
is our main service.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like it is just insane.
Okay.
And it's the unchurched kids that come on Sunday morning.
Really? Okay, man.
It's wild.
I gotta come down to Houston and see this.
You really do.
Okay.
So that's where we do our front door, like big programming, big fun.
Yeah.
And then like that go deeper. So then naturally I was like, okay, well on Wednesdays I want to try to like have like go deeper, like Bible study, break it down, service, and then break out, maybe do small groups. I was trying to figure all that out. We tried so many different things.
Yeah.
Where we've landed is actually on Thursday because we moved from Wednesday to Thursday because our adults started meeting. Is like I said, it's a whole long story. But so now what we do, again, maybe unpopular, but we actually have a large small group discussion.
Okay.
Kind of like, and I imagine like it's like a Aristotle, Socrates used to sit around and just
kind of a little amphitheater, like okay.
So and it started out
topic ahead of time or kind of impromptu, a little bit of both, or
a little bit of both. Like, and it started out with just like let's see how this goes. I actually thought I was gonna shut down our midweek, probably a month in. Sorry, before I was like, okay, it's probably gonna be a month, but let's just see.
Yeah.
And a month goes by, and I asked the students, and I was thinking like, okay, it's been like 30, 35 kids, like. I think I'm gonna shut it down, keep Sundays, and figure out something else. And I asked all the students, and they were like, "We love this. Please give us something during the midweek. Like, we will keep coming." And I was like, "Are y'all sure?" Because I think school was about to start last. I was like, "Are y'all sure?" And they were like, "Please, please, please." And I was like, "Okay, we'll try another semester.
Yeah,
we'll see." And I was like, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about tough things, and y'all get to come up with the discussion, and we'll break it down in the Bible." So it was like, why do good things happen to bad people? Or why do bad things happen to good people?
Yeah. I'm also really curious why good things happen to bad people too. The rain falls on the just and the unjust. Yes. I want to know both.
So like that, like what is sanctification?
Yeah.
What is justification, salvation? Like how are all these things different?
They're like the burning questions that they have, the actual lived burning questions.
And even theology, like 101 questions. So we spent a semester going through that, and literally this is the format on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Again, somebody's probably cringing out there. I'm so sorry. But they come in, they
Yeah.
hang out for a little bit, and then we come together. We do some sort of like room icebreaker,
Yeah.
fun or discussion. And then for about 30 minutes, we just sit in a room because it's the 35 of us. Now, we could break up in a small group, but we
Yeah.
were just like, let's try it. And it has been amazing. Like, it renewed my faith in the hearing these students talk and then talk to the other. It's produced debates, sparked ideas and thoughts and challenges, and it has been so good. Like, I was blown away, and I was like, clearly, God, this is all you, because like there's no way. Like, I was ready to give up on this, and I kid you not, went from 30 to about 70 in I don't know, like 8 weeks.
Wow.
And then now we're currently at about 85 students who show up.
Packing out, asking questions.
And here's the thing. And I actually was like, and this sounds crazy, but I was kind of like, man, I hope we don't grow past 80 because then we'll have to stop. Like,
we'll have to do something different.
The room, the room we have, the space we're using like this loft.
Okay.
It just feels good. And just like talking and like, it's like, you can get up and go get some coffee and come back.
Right space, right thing, man. Yeah.
Some of our middle schools have started coming, which they're welcome, but they just naturally they come in there like, no, we don't like this.
That's not my thing.
But now, like, they're coming. The high schoolers are inviting their friends because they're like, you gotta come have this discussion. It is so good. So we've had more new people come, like per person, than on Sundays. And so, like, again, it's smaller number, but it's just crazy.
But it's the reach one, bring one. Yeah.
And I actually, like, in my mind was like, okay, I can't tell them to bring their friends because, like, once it gets too big, we're gonna have to move to a service.
Yeah.
And it's right at that point now that this semester coming up, I'm like, man, I know they want this discussion.
Yeah.
But like, and maybe I'm trying to figure out a way to like combine the two.
Okay.
But it's like a big small group.
Okay.
And so then there, obviously, I say like, man, these concepts and these topics, like I challenge you all to jump into a small group where you can talk about them in a smaller setting and keep going. Now, the student comes on Sunday and doesn't care about anything.
Probably not coming on Thursday.
Not coming on Thursday, not wanting to be in the small group. Yeah. And I get the miss there, but that's again where now our team we're more relational. We're reaching out to them and trying to take those students out. Yeah. Maybe 1-on-2, like kind of create our own little mini small group for them throughout the week and check in up on them. And we're trying to hit all the students on our little roster at least once in a semester. So,
which again, like that is some of that relational superpower of being real enough to reach out, but being systematic enough to be like, we will get to each of them over the semester. Yeah. Because that's one of those, I had a conversation with a friend the other day about just how like, I think so many youth ministry folks get stuck because they want to try to reach everybody all the time, every week. Like every week is a unit or a container. And so whatever we're doing, it has to reach everybody this week, as if our lives don't like flow through, or as if small groups, like every small group feels like an episode of TV instead of actually like the season, right? Yeah. Not every single one has to exist different from the others. Like this is like this is like chapters in a book. Like it's, hey man, like, yes, they're going to be gone a couple weeks because they had a sport or they had a busy season or whatever. But that doesn't mean that like the page doesn't turn and we don't keep staying with them. But you have to be structured enough that the relationship isn't just, oh, we haven't seen him, so now we like reactionary. Yeah. It's that you have to be that thoughtful, that plan, and that doing. Yeah. Okay, tell me more about some of the team stuff, because that's one of the things people always want to ask is, can't do ministry alone, or if we do, there's a real tight lid. Yeah. So what are some of the ways, especially in some of the things you're talking about, that you have help, get help, ask for help, and keep volunteers, other adults motivated and encouraged, so that it's not just all on you every single week? Yeah.
So. No, I said the whole 1 in 50. That's not where we are right now.
No. But again, like, but until then,
yeah.
But we're not there. So what are we doing now?
Exactly. So currently we're
with 2 talents before 5. What are we doing with 2? Yeah, we're past 1. We're on 2 before 5. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because right now we're actually like I think it's about a 1 to 100 ratio. Okay. Of full-time staff. So our team is, in my mind, just kind of like a crippled dog. We're doing the best we can with what we got.
Just running hard.
Yeah, doing the best we can. So it's me, and I naturally am over 6 through 12, middle school and high school, just
Yeah.
influencing all the program, all the things through that. And I've had a middle school director who was just recently promoted to being our associate pastor, and she
Oh,
is amazing. She
yeah.
kills it.
Yeah.
Truly just has a heart for students, and middle school students specifically,
Mm.
that I have never seen like in anyone else.
Yeah.
Willing to do whatever it takes, and I mean whatever it takes. She's had to take a girl and her friends like 30 minutes away just to make sure that they got home, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So
Mm.
I have her, and she kind of focuses on middle school while I really kind of just focus on high school until we can hire someone to focus on high school, how she focuses on middle school.
Okay.
And then we have a part-time guy who is just trying to figure out if ministry's for him. So he and honestly he's trying to figure out like what he's doing. But he's helped us with just focusing on middle school, helping that way, and just kind of thinking through some of our like discipleship things and
Yeah.
challenges to students. But he himself is very much just someone who thinks that way.
Mm.
And we also obviously use him to be relational,
Yeah.
because that's kind of the model we're trying to shift to. Not
Towards,
there
yeah.
yet,
Okay.
but
Moving
shifting.
towards it. Yeah.
And so we have him. We have a coordinator who is really just like, she's like the bread and the butter. She gets things done for us.
Yeah.
And she's at all our events, services, groups, anything we have, like she's there making sure it gets done. And she's like that background player, but she's like starting to make more relationships with students. And so she's like, oh my gosh, like they're wanting me to show up to things and do things because, again, like relational. So I've challenged her in that way, and she's been awesome. And then we have an admin who obviously does a lot of our background process, because all us youth ministry people can just
Need good
run,
help.
and not cross the T's or
Need
dot
that
the I's.
good help. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have her, and then we have 2 interns who are amazing, and just again use them for relational. But that's where we are. It's about 4 of us full time, and we got 2 interns that
What are
3 of us full time, 4, and then the part time.
What are some of the, for folks, because I do want to come back to this. I think this is where maybe some helpful things. You're leading folks that maybe aren't as relationally minded as you. What are some of the ways in which you're setting them up for success? So for some interns that are rolling through that love what the ministry is about, they catch the vision. Maybe they are even kind of growing up through it, grew out of it, and now they're giving back. Like, what are some of the ways that you coach them in having those conversations, of following up people? Like, for maybe some folks that are like hearing what you're saying, that they check the box. Yes, youth ministry is relational, but I need more. Like, what does that look like, or how do I help others to see it? What are some of the things that you would share?
Well, for sure, step one, obvious answer out there is vision casting. I think setting a vision and letting the people know and bringing people on
This
with
is
that
what this
vision.
looks like. Yeah, okay.
For sure.
Okay.
But then a practical thing that I used, and a mentor a long time ago told me this. He was a task-oriented person, not a people-oriented person. But it's like, he said, but ministry is people, like you got to be people-oriented.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So then I was kind of confused, and he was just like, well, one thing that I do for my brain is I make a task to connect with people.
Okay.
And I was like, and for whatever reason that clicked. And so what I do practically is I create like a task and like a coaching sheet, and I like hold them accountable to like, hey, who have you connected with?
These are your people. Like this is your checklist of people this week.
Yes. And how many dinners or lunches have you gone to? And and almost like having that lingo kind of just be something that's in our staff language and culture. So
make it part of the work.
Exactly. So that's exactly what we do. Is we obviously are vision cast and setting like, hey, this is who we are, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna be about. And when it comes to like doing the work, like, are you actually doing the work by taking the people out and holding them to that standard, but showing them what that standard is, and then just talking about it step by step. And even our volunteers and the people that we do, like, we invite them to games, we invite them to lunches, they invite students to lunches, they're leading small groups. So they're doing all those things that I've also been taught to do relationally. But I'm just inviting everyone into the process of speaking into the lives of those students who are mentally struggling more than you know, and who need that genuine and that authentic person in front of them that cares. And it's not so much like, oh, you came to this event or you did that, but it's like, man, how are you doing? Like, how is your family struggling? How can
Yeah.
encourage you
Yeah.
today?
That's good. That's
So,
good. Well, dude, Jay, thank you so much for coming to share.
yeah.
On the way out, if there's anything, what is something that for this fall that you are most excited about or looking out for as some of that vision you've set for your team that you would maybe share with other youth ministry friends?
Yeah, man, this fall, I am just super excited about continuing to push my team in a direction. And I'm hoping that I get to bring on some more people or just switch some roles around in a different way to like hit that goal a
Okay.
little bit more, a little bit
Yeah.
more efficient, effective, faster.
Keep the people, but tune the goal
Ex-
to what we're about.
Exactly.
Okay.
I naturally like, I feel like when it comes to just youth culture, students are struggling more internally than ever before, and school a lot of times is like stirring that up. So
Yeah.
as school is about to start back, I'm wanting to connect with students more and just offer things that can help. And so I'm super excited because we tested it last fall with a small group. So I'm super excited to be launching this retreat.
Okay.
And this fall retreat is really going to be for our students. And what we're going to do or say is, hey, we want you to come rest or come reacclimate, I think we're going to go with this whole like re-energize,
Okay.
refocus,
Yeah.
this whole reconnect with God. And it's not about what God wants to do through you for other people. It's just about what God wants to do through you, in you, for you. And so it's just going to be like this, you and God. Like there's going to be other people there, but like don't look left and right, look up.
Yeah.
And just, it was so good last year. And I'm just excited for all the students that we get to bring in to almost be like that checkpoint in the fall
Yeah.
that says like, man, I needed that. Like,
Yeah.
God, thank you so much for letting me step out of the crazy or the normal of school
Yeah.
and like reconnect with you and refocus on our relationship. So that's what I'm excited about.
Amen. Something better, something different. I
Yeah.
expect nothing less from my friend Jay. So,
There it
man,
is.
thank you so much. We will drop all your connections and socials in the in the chat stuff for folks to connect with you. But Jay, dude, thank you so much for coming to hang out today,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
It's
so glad
good.
you invited me.
So
I'm glad
good,
to
man.
be here.